Let's finish the year strong. Hey ladies, I'm back and this is the Mamas in Control podcast. I'm Heather Chauvin and we have a few weeks left of 2021. It's go time. So every single day you're going to hear a podcast from me. This podcast are tips, tricks, strategies, clips from inside of our mastery and our mastery business coaching experience. We talk about parenting. We talk about emotional health. We talk about managing our energy and our time. But more importantly, this is about how we show up in the world. We all know who we want to become. We know what we don't want in our lives. Therefore, we know what we do want in our lives. And sometimes figuring that out, that's where the magic happens. When we know how to master our fear, master our guilt, master our resistance, and not push through it. This is not about burnout. It's not about hustling. This is about showing up, shifting our identity and showing up in a way that feels aligned and alive with the life that we want to be living. Whether it's at home or in your career, you could work in corporate, you could be a business owner, whoever you are in the world, you are ready to make a bigger impact. You are ready to feel alive. So if you are somebody who's been following me for a while and waiting until we open the doors to our coaching programs, now is the time. We are doing our interviews for 2022 start dates. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery. Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/mastery. And if you are interested in our mastery business coaching experience, this is for women, professional women who are either trying to leave corporate and want to market their skills. You are a badass and you know you're good at it, but you just have no idea how to do marketing or sales. Check out our mastery business experience. That's Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/business. And maybe you have no desire to start a business, or maybe you don't own a business and you are just incredibly overwhelmed and you have no idea where to start. And the thought of entering a longer term program, whether it's 8 months with a big investment, feels really overwhelming to you. That's why this year we decided to open the doors for the first time ever publicly for our Mastery Jumpstart experience. This is a 2-month container of space helping you start to get the engine going, creating that momentum for you. So you get everything that we give our students inside of our mastery experience. You get a mentor, you get access to me, you get the modules, you get the live calls. And it's only 2 months, which means it's a fraction of the investment as well. So if you've been hanging out a while and you've been wanting to work with me, but you're like, holy crap, how am I going to make this happen? Now is the time. But here's the trick. The doors do close at the end of December, and we will not be opening them again for Mastery Jumpstart until the spring. So now is the time to join us and book that call. So head on over to Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/mastery. You have one life and so many opportunities to change the trajectory of how you feel and what your future looks like. Now is the time to take that action. heatherchauvin.com/mastery. Do not pass up this opportunity. Once the doors are closed, they will be closed until the spring. All right, let's dive into today's podcast. Okay, so I'm going to give some tips. So it's very easy to get people on the phone. There's a belief there that it's hard to get people on the phone, or it could be in your DMs, right? It just depends on what you're trying to sell them. But also, if you have any beliefs about capacity right now, you will push people to get on the phone with you. So if you're like, I don't have time, I don't have space, I don't have energy, then it's hard to get them on the phone. A quick win or an easy yes is like post something like on Instagram or whatever platform that you use, and
the people that send you that comment or send you, I wouldn't even say a DM, but a comment or like the photo. Typically, if they're engaging with you, you just send them an audio and be like, thank you so much for commenting on my post. What did you take away from it? Engage in a conversation. And then if you see that they have a challenge that you can support because you're building that relationship, then you're like, I would love to have a quick, 15-minute chat with you. I'm creating something, and you might be my target market, and I'd love to ask you a few questions and also be of service to you. So it's not necessarily a sales conversation. It's more of a target market conversation where you're really trying to get into their mind. So if you're thinking from like a sales perspective of like, I can't get people on the phone, then just reframe it in your mind to maybe more of like a target market conversation. And it could be 15 minutes, right? Because as somebody who's busy like me, 15 minutes doesn't feel like a lot. And if you actually tried to sell it to me like, hey, can I not pick your brain? I'm triggered when people say that to me, but at the beginning I would have been fine with it. But it's like, hey, give yourself a permission to go for a 15-minute walk. And then, we can have a conversation. I have a few questions for you. And always coming to those conversations with, how can I be of service to this person right now? Like in this, like what's the one little tidbit that I can give them that they can walk away better? Even if it's like sharing a podcast with them or a meditation or a book suggestion or something like that. But listening to their pain points and then being like, you know what? I don't know if you're interested. I'm working on something. I might have something in the future. Are you cool if I put your name on a list and reach back out if I end up doing that? No strings attached.
Hello. Hi, my name is Dot Rock, and I just wanted to leave a message about how much Heather Chauvin's Mastery Business Program changed my life. So prior to doing her Mastery Business Program, I did Heather's Mastery Program and then transitioned into the Mastery Business Program because I had become so clear that I wanted to start a business and leave my corporate job. I started my business and was able to build it and quit my corporate job in just less than 6 months. And I have more than doubled my income that I made at that corporate job working for myself. And that is the biggest part of this journey was because of Heather's Mastery Business Program and the accountability it gave me, the strategy it gave me. She would give me small actionable steps on how to do sales. And it gave me access to this group of women who were doing the same thing, and many of which had already made strides in the things that I needed to do. COVID hit while I was doing business mastery, and I had just started my small business. I was still working in my corporate job. This was last April. April of 2020. And by July of 2020, I resigned my corporate job. By September, I was working full-time in my business only. And I'm doing work that lights me up. I am on a daily basis building this business that I love. She is herself living and doing the work. And that makes a big difference in being in a program where somebody's preaching what you should do and not actually applying it in their life. So what makes the program also different is the community of women that are in there. It is invaluable. The women who are in Heather's programs, they will change your life. And I have developed friendships and relationships that will last a lifetime.
Well, that's it. And I wanted to thank you for listening today because I truly believe you are exactly where you need to be. And now I have a favor to ask. In exchange for the value you've gained from this free podcast, I'd be forever grateful if you would leave us a review on iTunes. Share the show with at least one woman in your life who you feel would benefit, and or take a screenshot and share it on social media. And always feel free to tag me at Heather Chauvin. The world does not benefit from your guilt and fatigue. The world needs more women who are willing to unlearn everything they've been taught. Women who are courageous enough to feel good and not let guilt run the show. I believe you are that courageous woman. To see if my community and coaching is the right fit for you and your big vision, the relationships you desire, the money, time, energy that you know deep down you are capable of creating, then head on over to heatherchauvin.com/work with me. That's Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/work with me, and take the next step in the right direction. Taking a stand for how you feel means you are taking a stand for how your children show up as adults. And if you have a personal question or topic you'd like me to answer on the podcast, text me 313-710-5199. 313-710-5199. You are so worthy of feeling good. Now go do some scary shit.